I was creating a mobile app for myself for my own personal use this morning, and I wanted to test out like what other mobile app AI coding tools are there out there. So in this video, we'll talk about the ones that I found: Fork, A0, and Bolt.new. There's one app that claims to have one-click deployment to the App Store, so watch out for that later in the video too. Okay, so let's test out these apps together. This is Bolt.new, but before we do that, of course, we need an idea, right? So these are the top five Gen AI web products that this was only published, I think, yeah, in January 2025. All right. And these are for consumer. All right. So obviously, we're doing mobile apps. We want consumer. You can see that, yeah, okay, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, okay, it's no problem to just try and copy some of these apps and just get the ideas sparking what people actually want. And yeah, there's definitely a pattern here. They're either, tools like ChatGPT or, developer tools like this or video tools, or the other big one is chatbots. Actually, this surprised me a little bit. This one is a chat. All the ones that I didn't know are chatbots. So like companion chatbots, I suppose, Eden, Janitor, Spicy Chat. You can guess what that's about. I guess Crush on. Yeah, I guess that's the same. Candy AI is the same. Talkie is also similar, right? So all of these ones here, um, Joyland, I think that's another one too. I think some of the best applications of this is also study and education apps. Um, but yeah, let's just try and create one of these apps. Okay, so I'm asking ChatGPT. You can also use Grok. I'm using the paid one because I have a paid subscription, but we can use Grok for this as well. So let's see what it comes up with this. Okay, so we have our prompt here, right? And probably not going to just deploy it for this one, but let's just copy that in. Yeah, we don't really want the deployment because Bolt can handle that for us, and we'll be using Expo for that part. But let's have a look at this prompt now. Okay, it didn't really mention, adding the API of, OpenAI or something like that. So I might want to mention that. Okay, so Bolt.new actually has an integration with Expo, so you can actually download it onto your phone, right? The app, and then send it to, Expo is part of dealing with the actual deployment. So I'll link another video that Expo actually made themselves on how to do this properly, because yeah, that's a whole other story. But this is more just testing it out. So we're going to test out Bolt.new. We're going to test out this one called Rork, and also A0.dev that promises to develop mobile apps in minutes. Okay, so that's my prompt now. Let's hit enter and see what we get for our first draft. So while that's doing that, I want to draw your attention to my Bolt.new course, right? So it's really cheap. It's only $20 now, and that's only for the next few people that sign up, right? The next 6 people will get it for $20, and then the price will go up. So it's basically just a course that you can, just helps you use Bolt that little bit better. And then I'm going to go through, live builds, because I really want to help people make money with Bolt, right? So every Saturday I'm going to launch a new video that is, a new way to make money with Bolt. So we've local lead generation, websites, agency portfolio websites, just tons of stuff here. You can check it out in the description. Okay, so let's also add this prompt into Rork and to A0. I couldn't copy the image into A0, but I could in Rork. So let's see how we get on here. Okay, so Bolt.new is ready. I just put it on the desktop preview so I can see what it did. I honestly, after doing this, I probably wouldn't do something this complicated. We have to start a conversation. We need all this type of thing in Bolt. So I'd probably do this step by step. Some tips to kind of use this would be to look at these feature previews. Like I use this one to do this because it's quite a complicated project, right? So it will like extended thinking, and go through everything step by step. If you just want to edit like a specific, so like your first prompt should be dynamic reasoning, and then when you just want to like edit existing like one little thing, then it's better to turn on the diffs. All right, so let's have a look at what we have here. We have our profile, so that looks pretty cool. I like that. You can imagine that being on a phone, right? We have our account information. We have our dark mode. Okay, oh yeah, it works. It's nice. I like the way they have the picture there. Let's keep it in dark mode for the moment. We have tons of stuff here, the versions and sign out. So I don't know if this is all going to work straight away. I don't think so, but we can connect it to Supabase, which is a great advantage of Bolt. So let's actually try out the app. Okay, we have different people here. Creative writer, that is quite interesting. Personal coach, and you create your custom persona. I think it would be nice, yeah, just to have loads of personas there. But anyway, this is a good start. Okay, so it seems to be working here. So I chose the first one, friendly assistant. I want help with my homework. Okay, it seems to work. That's pretty cool. You can also use the voice thing here. Let's see if that one works. I doubt it, but let's see. I have to write something with. Okay, yeah, that doesn't work. That just came up like this. I don't know. It's not actually doing it. It might be because of I'm recording, but anyway. Let's see. Write me an essay about. Okay, write me an essay about George Washington. Okay, so it didn't actually write the essay, right? So I don't know actually know how that's working yet, but it's a good start, right? I want to know if it can actually answer questions. So let's see. Okay, yeah. So it's not actually connected to any APIs or anything, right? I would have to do that, right? Create the env file and all of that, right? So yeah, that's fine though. That's pretty cool. And we also have an about section. It looks pretty nice. I like the way it looks in general. I don't think it would be as popular as some of these other ones, but anyway, I think that's a good start. Definitely a good start. Okay, so now let's look at Rork. So this is my prompt here, and this is the plan, right? So seems to have created tons of little pages here and information, right? Files, I suppose I'd call them. So yeah, it's created beautiful, feature rich. I like the UI of this app in general, right? It looks pretty cool. I like how it works. You get the information here, and yeah, describe what you want here. So this is the preview, similar to Bolt, right? You can see the code and the preview here, and then you can see Android versus iOS there, and then similar to Bolt as well, you can also scan it and make and build it on your phone as well with Expo Go. So yeah, really nice. Let's have a look. I really like this so far. So right, we have something similar. I think Bolt's one looked a little bit more like an app. Yeah, okay. Maybe we have to similarly pick the character. Oh, this is pretty nice. I like the way it's done this here. So yeah, obviously we could do it a bit differently, but yeah, okay. You click on that, and now you're into the chat feature. Okay, the writing is in black, which obviously we wouldn't want to keep that, but maybe that's the dark mode that's on. So let's see how this works. Okay, I like the UI of this app. It looks nice. This pink outline is quite different, no? Okay, I was just coding in there, and yeah, it seems to have disappeared now. Don't know where it's gone. Okay, overall it looks pretty nice app, this Rork, and you can also download the code here if you want to go to Windsurf or Cursor or something like that. That would be pretty cool. Let's have a look at A0 now. Yeah, again, it looks very similar in this, and you have different models here and thinking models, which is great. Okay, you have to upgrade for them. And we have a preview and code editor. So this is the app we got with A0. This was the fastest one so far, definitely. Not sure I like the design that much, really, but let's have a try at chatting with it. Okay, this one seems to be working well. It's like, okay, it seems to be understanding my questions this time, not just telling general stuff. So it's like, please provide the details from your homework. And let me see. So I'll say, write me an essay about George Washington. Wow, okay, it actually did it. So this is connected to something which is quite interesting because I didn't give it an API key. So I don't know how this has done this. So that is a really, really good start. They also have the view on your iPhone here and deploy app. So yeah, this is a really, really good app. Obviously, we would want to add to the design here, but yeah, pretty impressed with this. Okay, so again, you can download with QR code here. You can also connect to Supabase and deploy the app. So yeah, this is pretty amazing, to be honest. I'm really happy with this one, A0.dev. Okay, so you can see that it does have knowledge already. So that is a really, really good start from one prompt to actually creating an app, which, you know, has knowledge as well that you can just chat with. Is absolutely amazing in my opinion. So 3 of these are pretty good, I think. Bolt, probably I would do it step by step, start with kind of, you know, feature by feature rather than doing it in one shot like this. I don't think it's going to do a good job. Well, I mean, it's decent. I like the designs from Bolt, really. That all works. It does look quite like an app, you know. Obviously we're looking on a desktop here, but it looks like an app here. that you would see on your phone, right? With all of these. So you just go through this and then deploy it right later with Expo Go. Rork is also pretty good. I have to say, this is one of my favorite UIs here, and I like this code, so I can mess with it here. Not too sure about this. I did like the design here, similar to Bolt. Not much between all three of these. I think this was the game changer for me, was that it actually worked somehow, that it actually added an API somehow. So really good. All three are worth checking out. And I said at the start of the beginning, there's another one. So that has a one-click deployment. So this is in the Discord that somebody did, and you can just one-click deploy. So this one is called getcreator.com, right? So I'll leave links to all these down below, and you can see there's a mobile section as well, but it's part of the beta program and it's not ready to launch as of the time of recording. Okay, so that's it. Do you have any ideas for mobile apps? I feel like it's a little bit more difficult to actually win in mobile apps. I guess the marketing as well. I think you got to be on like TikTok, make shorts, and I know there are strategies that work. If you look at this company, Jenny AI, and they do tons of stuff on TikTok and stuff like that to get the mass market. It's a little bit more difficult. It's the reason why I don't really want to get into mobile apps just right yet, because the marketing is actually much more difficult than, if you're marketing a web app and people, are more used to, buying stuff. Well, I mean, there's tons and tons of people out there, but you have to be, the best. You have to be a really good marketer. This company here does a really good job at marketing. And if you find their founder, David Park, on X, I'll leave a link down to that. I've learned a lot about marketing from him, how he marketed this to make just crazy, silly money. All right, so that's it for this video. Subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this.